If you are here right now, I don't want you to rush this. Take a second, just pause wherever you are. Because maybe for the last few days or weeks or even months, something inside you hasn't felt right. Not in a dramatic way, not something you can clearly explain to someone, but a quiet heaviness, a kind of restlessness that doesn't leave you even when everything around you looks normal. And maybe that's why you clicked on this. Not because you were searching for answers, but because something inside you just needed a moment like this. You wake up, you go through your day, you talk to people, you handle your responsibilities, and from the outside, everything seems okay, but inside, it feels different. There are moments when your mind just doesn't stop. You keep replaying conversations, thinking about things you could have done differently, worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. And no matter how much you think, you don't get any clarity. You just feel more tired. And then there are moments when you suddenly feel hopeful, like maybe things are finally going to change. Like maybe you are getting closer to something better. But that feeling doesn't stay, it fades. And you are back to the same confusion again. And the hardest part, you can't even explain this properly to anyone. Because if someone asks you, what's wrong? You don't really have any clear answer. So you just keep it inside. You smile when needed. You respond when people talk to you. You carry on like everything is fine. But inside, you are carrying a lot. And I want to tell you something very clearly. What you are feeling right now is not strange at all. It's not something only you are going through. And it definitely doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. Sometimes this phase comes quietly, not because life is falling apart, but because something inside you is trying to shift. And that shift doesn't always feel peaceful in the beginning. Sometimes it feels confusing. Sometimes it feels like you are stuck. Sometimes it feels like nothing is moving, even when you are trying your best. The truth is, it's not always one big problem. It's many small things that slowly build up over time. Thoughts you didn't process, emotions you didn't express, pressure you kept handling silently, expectations you kept putting on yourself without even realizing it. And slowly, your mind gets tired. But instead of stopping, it keeps running, trying to fix things, trying to figure everything out, trying to control what's going to happen next. And that's when everything starts feeling heavy. Because a tired mind cannot give you clarity. It can only give you more noise, more overthinking, more confusion. The more you try to force answers, the further they feel. So maybe for a moment you don't need to fix anything. You don't need to solve your entire life right now. You don't need to have everything figured out. What you need is a little space. Space to slow down, space to breathe, space to exist without constantly judging yourself. Because things don't always change when you push harder. Sometimes they change when you stop fighting yourself, when you allow things to settle down, when you give your mind the rest it has been asking for, but you haven't been listening to. Right now, just notice your breath. It's still there. Even after everything you have been feeling, you are still here. And that matters more than you think. Because no matter how heavy it feels, something inside you hasn't given up, and it won't. Things don't change overnight. They don't suddenly become perfect, but they do change. Slowly, quietly, in ways you don't notice at first. And one day, you look back at this phase and you'll realize you made it through. Not perfectly, not easily, but honestly, and that is enough. So for now, don't rush. You're not behind, you're not lost. You're just in the middle of becoming. And that's normal. That's totally normal.